going? Was there another light I was going to turn? No, but I'm on.
Oh no, just that one's on.
Yeah, whatever.
Light will go on.
Come on.
Are we on now?
Yeah. We're going.
We're going.
You got to lay down.
You must lie down. You must relax.
Mom's cold.
It's a little chilly. A little damp. A little damp. That's right.
It's a lack of heat.
I hate this because I feel like when you say humidity, it's hot.
Right.
But then when it's cold, it's damp. But it's still humidity. Like it's still the same definition, if you will. It's still the water in the air.
Yeah. Feel free to turn it on. I only turned this thing on like 7 times. And I've always said that.
No comment.
Doesn't need to be. Where's Facebook? Oh, here it is.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to have to look at the comments because we don't have the comments. No, the comments that we have to read, not the comments on the thing. Because we had to cancel last week for important family matters, which that happens. And then I love it. I go on, it says we haven't been on for 6 weeks. I was like, I'm like, I don't remember. It's been 6 weeks since we've done our last podcast. Yeah. And then I was like, you're like, well, I have one. I'm like, 6 weeks, one. And I was like, okay. And I didn't argue, but I was just, it felt wrong though.
It did feel wrong.
Like, because, how was there only one?
Because the way it was, it's like the week before, so I had to like count like, okay, we did it this week, so that would make sense here. But I only had, there's only one.
I know. It just felt weird.
Yeah. We missed a lot in October because of the wedding and I think...
Wedding, family, sick. I had personal things, which...
Did you cancel?
Yes, I did. Personal reasons.
He shit his brains out, people.
No, that's my... No, actually,
okay.
no. No, that wasn't it. I'm trying to think what... it was just home. It was home stuff. And I was not in the mood. I was not in the right place. And I knew I wasn't right.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but I know this sounds really weird, but this is like my sensory. Nope. Sand. It's sand. Sand. I'm so close. My brain is like, you know it. Sensory. No, sand. Sensory. Nope.
Sanctuary.
Sensory. Nope, can't say it.
Sank.
What?
Sank.
Sanctuary? All right.
Nope. Sank.
Sank.
Sean. Airy.
Sanctuary. No, that's what you write on.
No, that's stationary. Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I feel like I don't, if something's super, which is very rare for me. I used to call it when I was younger.
How far down did you post this thing?
Keep going. That's the one we have to read, and okay. Nope. I thought it would be. No. You go back up. I think you missed it. That's the one we have to read. Keep going.
You just keep saying that?
That right there.
Okay.
That I feel like sometimes when I'm not in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
That it's like I don't want to be here and bringing down something. I used to call it my male PMS when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I feel like once it. Nope. I assume this is for your work.
Yeah.
Not trying to get into your
What the fuck?
pocketbook or thing.
Lay down.
Sorry, but he was like in his mouth, like.
I just saw him over there. I'm like, what are you doing? Can't be right.
So, like, when I was younger, I'd always be like this happy-go-lucky. I was super happy-go-lucky. Very few things brought me down.
Yeah.
Because I just would brush it off, or I had really, really, really thick skin. Mm-hmm. But like once a year, I would get the baseball bat, where it just would be like boom, and it'd be like I was in a bad mood, didn't want to deal with anybody, didn't want to be a people pleaser, didn't want to.
Yeah.
when I say people pleaser, when I say that, I'm like, I wasn't out saying things that people wanted to hear. It's more of my people pleasing. Like, I just wanted to have a good time with everybody.
Yeah.
I just wanted to laugh and joke.
And people pleasing was like,
yeah, like just like I wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want. And I
the
felt,
life of the party.
Yeah, and I felt like if you weren't on that train with me, get the hell away from me.
Mm.
Like I used to be really. It's funny because everyone's like, oh, you say hi to everybody, and I would go, yeah, but there were some people that I would like walk and be like, hey, hi, hey, whatever, and I just go like, I do never want to be alone with this guy or this girl. Like they would suck every like goodness out of me. Like I don't know, I just had that like radar in my life. And I just would stay away from those people, or sometimes you have to learn the hard way. Like, you go hang out with people, and then you just go.
Yeah.
But I was one of those people, like, once I hung out with you, I'd be like, I don't want to be here. Like, I instantly, I used to say, like, you sell your soul. You sell your soul for a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing tonight? I remember a kid that I knew. Naz, what are you doing tonight? We're having a party. Oh, you're having a party? Oh, my God, wow. And he's like, yeah. You know, Naz, I see you around, and I know you do stuff, so why don't you come hang out? You never hang out with us. All right. Second I got there, it was like I couldn't wait to leave. Like, it was just, like, it was like the
There's just some people where it's like, you're good, like sometimes
there were troublemakers.
too.
There were troublemakers. Yeah. Someone wrote on the kid's ceiling. You know, so it was the parents were, and then he wrote on their ceiling with a can, and it was just like.
With a can?
With a can.
What does that mean?
They took a beer can, an empty beer can, and then wrote on the ceiling.
Oh.
And it left like the aluminum left like made like a gray marks. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't want this. Like, this guy has a house party and you're trashing his house. Like, I was like, dude, we should all be privileged to be like. We should be trying to help him.
What is it about a house party that people just like trash?
It's and you know, it didn't take me a long time to do this, but I felt like when I talk about it, I feel like a long time, but it's not. Because I felt like by the time I was in high school, I already knew like my best parties ever was with the 5, 4, 10, like the kids that like I can sit here and say your dad, Pat, Dave. Like I would have a small group of friends, and then we'd go do something, and then I would have another group of friends. But it was always a small handful of people. It was never like, and every time I wanted to be super big, I realized this group of people didn't really get along with this group of people, and this group of people didn't get along with these two, or what have you. And I felt like I liked all those people, so I would actually keep my friends all separate from each other. Mm-hmm. And then I would laugh and joke about this, but I kind of get it, is that I kind of felt like I was kind of annoying. Like I would...
Are you new?
Yeah. Like I was annoying.
Yeah.
And then once that group got kind of like, and I would go, okay, it's time to go. I would go to the other group and go hang out with them. And then almost by the time I came back to the first group, I haven't seen you in a while now. So how you doing? I miss you, buddy. And then I could be like refreshed again.
Yeah.
Real weird how I kind of... But I was always one of those people, every time I sold my soul to go out with something that I thought was going to be fun, 9 out of 10 times I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. And it was always a big party. Always a big party. Every single big party I've ever been to, I almost got raped, someone destroyed something. Like, it was always like a moment of like, shouldn't be. Because they weren't my core friends.
Yeah.
And it's real weird because I don't feel like kids in my life, like, when I say kids in my life, like my kids or like that. It was funny because when we talked about the horse show, like when I sat down, I was like, oh, I'm going to be sitting at this table all by myself. Like I'm going to be eating lunch again by myself. And I was like, that's all right. I instantly got like, oh yeah, I'm good.
See, I feel like I sat by myself a lot as in high school at
least.
I mean, I was sitting with other people, but like I wasn't friends with them.
Right.
So it was just like, I'm not alone, but I'm not talking to these people either. You know what I mean?
I used to sit. So what ended up would happen was, as soon as I sat with people, I felt like I became like the telling the jokes, trying to be funny, trying to make everyone laugh, make everyone feel comfortable being at the table. And then I wouldn't eat, or I would barely eat, and I felt like the lunch went by like that. Mm-hmm. And then when I was sitting by myself, I felt like it was like real. I hated the quiet time, but it was like I needed the quiet time. Yeah. But I hated it. Like I was like, I should be joking with people. And then I would look around the room and they'd go, there's nobody. And then everyone would say hi to me. I'm not saying, and I was blessed because everyone liked me, but I knew, like, I don't want to go sit with those guys. I know at the end of the day, I'm not going to agree with those guys. So I'm going to sit over here. Like, or girls, like, you know, and they'd just be like, ugh. I never got into gossip. I never got into the he said. Just remember a lot of people will say, I heard this about you, and my big trick was like, yeah, I did it. And then it was like, no, then you didn't do that. Yeah. I remember one of the funniest things. I heard you slept with 2 girls. Okay. Cool. No.
I did? Nice.
No. Like, it was all these stupid rumors. And I would just go, yeah. Like, I would always agree to it. Like, and then instantly agreed, like, no, you didn't do anything then. Because you wouldn't agree. You would have said no. And I would walk away, and I was like, listen, if you want to, because I always saw both sides of the trick. If you said I slept with 2 girls, then I was doing so much better than I was really doing in my life.
If you were a girl?
Now, if I was a girl, I would have been the same way. Because as soon as they say, dude, you slept with 2 guys, I would have been like, the same night. like, look at me, and I'm hot. Like, that would be my attitude for everything. I just didn't, I think it's because I tried to be so much older all the time that I always just thought high school drama only was going to stay in high school. I knew right away that drama was only going to be here. I didn't know what adult drama was going to be, but I knew it wasn't the same as high school.
Well, I feel like a lot of adult, for me at least.
Right.
Especially working in a salon. A lot of adult behavior is like no school behavior. All their drama. I'm like, this is dumb. Why are we doing that?
I think adult drama for me, as I've grown, and now I'm going to be 50 soon, is that it's the need to say something that doesn't need to be said.
Yes.
Like, just throwing this out. Just throwing this out. This is going to be an example.
Yeah.
So, what are you up to? Oh, me and my wife are swingers. Okay. Look, I really don't care that you're a swinger, but you don't need to share everything.
What are you up to, not what's up to.
Like, no, but it's like sometimes friends, like, throw out shit. Or, we're going to be losing the house tomorrow. Oh, well, that's horrible. Now, as an adult, I go, okay, that's a friend talking to me. And I feel like adults go, oh, did you hear about Joe? He's losing his house today. Like, you don't need to repeat everything.
Yeah.
There are some things you repeat, like, why didn't I do a podcast a couple of days? Well, I was in a bad mood. This happened and this happened. Why? Because I have to explain that to you. Why? Because you're my partner in crime. Mm-hmm. But I don't need the whole world to know what I did that day. Like, why I was in a bad mood.
Right.
Like, if I want everyone to know, and I'll tell everyone. But I also am adult that when someone comes and says, I heard you did, well, fuck off. Like, it's my life. I chose whatever I chose. Like, it's one of those things. See, if people just act like that, we wouldn't have a problem. Mm-hmm. But we have the problem of we have to make drama where there's no drama because our lives are fucking, I don't know. Sometimes I think social media makes us think everyone has this perfect life. And in reality, it's a fucking hot mess. And we all are hot messes. And we all make bad choices. Now, some people make bad choices and cover it up. Some people can make bad choices and blow up the whole universe. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't need to know stuff. Like, there's some things I just don't need to know. I'll just use this. If your life's a hot mess, whatever's happening, it's a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like, I already know it's a hot mess. Whatever you're going to tell me is just going to add to a pile that I already expect from you.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, yep, and?
It's like having that... It's like having that bad...
I just realized that you moved the turtle.
Like, it's always to me, like, with adults, or we have to get involved. And we get involved. I always feel like you're getting involved to a line. And as adults, the other adults have to say, you're going too far now. And I feel like, and I don't believe when I say this, it's going to sound sexist, because when I say majority women, but there are a lot of men that this way. There are men, so I'm not saying that's not. Get into they get judgy because they get on this whole, like, I have the perfect life. Mm-hmm. I have a husband, I have 4 kids, they all do good at school, whatever the system is, this is the life. And then yet, if you open up the bag with a magnifying glass, you realize the husband's not been happy forever, the kids don't like mom or dad, like one of the two, or
one of them's very controlling.
Yeah, like, and you just go, and that's an example. I'm not trying to say anyone, but you just get like, oh, and you just got like, you're a bad dad, you're a good mom, you're a good bad mom, you're a good dad, like whatever. You just see it, and then I just feel like you don't need to. I don't need 10 people to tell me. That's the trick. I don't need I need that one person to tell me, that 2 people to tell me, the people that I love, or people I care about their opinion. When they go, no, Niles, you didn't do anything wrong. And it's like, all right. Now, there might be a moment where I need 4 of the most important people in my life, because they all think completely different from each other. Mm-hmm. If all 4 can kind of say, no, or, yeah, you fucked up, but you can get over this, then I'm okay. But I don't need Joe Smo at the salon, I'm just whatever, what a name, just put a name, to tell me, oh, well, I think you're, like, I've talked about Pat's mom. Pat's mom called me the most horrible names. And I was like, that's fine. You know, I did make my bed. I'm going to lay in my bed. And I'm not running for governor here. If I'm running for governor, then my attitude's a lot different. Yeah. But I'm not, we all make mistakes. The one thing I tell people all the time, and I will say this till the day I die, is because an old man said this to me, and I'll never forget it. Niles, only smart people make new mistakes. They don't keep making the same mistakes. And when you say it like that, you just like instantly go, that fucking makes a whole lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And well, I can sit here and tell you, Sue wasn't Jay Lee wasn't, like, it was like the next person was never the same mistake. It was a whole new one, but it wasn't the same. Yeah. And I think that's the trick of life. But they get catty. Yeah. I also feel like, I know this is bad in our society. No offense to anybody. Well, it is offense.
It is offense. Offense you.
Yeah, I offend everybody here, okay? You guys need to grow up faster. Like, enough of this, like in middle school, there's shit. I did stuff in middle school that people are doing in high school at the end or out of school, and then like, I can't survive out here. Like, whoa, grow up. I don't know how to make you grow up, see the lights, and I blame parents too, it's just not kids. Yeah. But they're like, and I love this one guy says, I don't know why everyone bitches about the next generation, for the fact that you raised that generation. Right. I'm not going to sit here and say you should go outside, play more, whatever, but there's no, like, you don't get it. There's no empathy. That's my biggest thing about the world. There's not enough. I got beat up and was at the fucking bottom of the goddamn totem. Totally at the totem pole, I was on the bottom. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't at the bottom in the beginning. I was somewhere, I became very popular at one point in school because I was wearing the clothes, I was saying the things. I totally bought into trying to be popular. Mm-hmm. And then when I got thrown down to being like beat up, I was a loser. I mean, I sat alone. They wouldn't let anyone sit with me. Mm-hmm. I realized to myself, I don't want anyone to go through this. So when I even got to a point that I felt like I had friends, because in due time that got out of middle school, yeah. I never let anyone sit alone. Like, I would always be like, if I was sitting there, I would sit with the guy who stank, the guy who whatever, and I'd be like, hey, what's up? He's like, why are you over here? I'm like, because I don't have anyone else to sit with, so I would sit with you. Yeah, like, I'm a loser too. Yeah. And, and they're like, no, you're not. You're a class president. I'm like, but I'm, And a lot of times, we all do. Not all your friends have the same lunches as you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I loved your father, but there were times that our lunches never and I would never even see your father except for one class. Yeah. Or in the hallways, or,
Did you have enough time to, talk in the...
Oh, yeah. Nowadays, fuck this shit.
I can't, when I was in school, I didn't even have time to go to my locker.
Oh, yeah, I know.
My locker was, in Guam compared to...
I don't know why they changed that. It's the most annoying thing in the world. And now I get it. I do get it. But that's part of being in... See, this is the shit I can't take. This is Karen, and I say the word Karen in the way as that bad Karen. Our kids shouldn't be talking. Why not? This is how you learn when you say something dumb and the whole group looks at you like, why did you just say that?
Yeah.
That's how you learn stuff. By being stupid. Again, I always talk about the middle school dance, where I was running around in 5th grade at a middle school dance, running around sweating like a fucking idiot, that a 6th grader grabbed me and said, no. This dance is to talk to girls. And I know it's the 80s, talk to girls.
I'm sure that's what the teachers wanted, but...
No, I mean, no, I'm...
No.
I know everyone's like, it's not like that anymore. But it was our job to tell other kids, hey, you're supposed to be, it's a dance. If you're going to act like an idiot, we're going to mess up the dance. Right. And I would go, oh. And then I literally sat on a bench for almost the whole thing because I was afraid to run around.
Fair.
Because I was like, yeah, I'm not getting my ass kicked here. Because he's like, I will come back with 3 of my friends and kick your ass if I see you run. Because I get it.
Yeah.
And now, but Karens in the world would go, don't talk to my kid that way, don't do... But it's a check and balances.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I hate to do, my life was better than anyone else's. I had a shitty life, but I learned how to kind of deal with your life. Because when I went into different points of my life, I would say, I don't want to be that. Mm-hmm. And trust me, when I rode horses, there was a cool crowd, and there were moments I was part of the cool crowd, and then I would go, no, I don't want this. I don't want to have to worry about what I say, how I dress. Because I remember, now we're all wearing this. Yeah? Well, you're one of us, so you're going to have to wear one of this. I'm like, I don't want to wear that. Well, you look like you can't look like you. And I'd be like, then I don't want to be part of it. It was like I became so strong in I had a good foundation somewhere. It just being me. And my mom and dad, before you said, well, there's probably support from my dad and mom would beg me, please don't wear this. I'd laugh about the whole dance, we'll drop you off. So I was like, no, I think I rode my bike with my girlfriend on my thing. I'm 5th grade. You're going to drop me off in the front door.
Yeah.
Let's not be stupid here.
I'm not walking all the way from Guam. And
my parents were begging their parents to drop them off 4 blocks so they didn't know their parents dropped them off. I was like, how did they think you got there in 4th grade? 5th grade? You don't have your license where you ride your bike with your girlfriend?
I'm sure you didn't walk them home.
Yeah.
Unless you live right there. You're not walking from home.
I know, it's Portsmouth. And you know where the middle school is? Where?
Guam.
It's Guam, no matter, unless you live right there.
This is going to be Guam.
It's like I sit there and go, what are you doing? And I would just get but that's so uncool now. So I'm like, I'm not here for cool. I'm on the bottom here, bro.
I can't fall any further.
That's how I used to think. And then that's what made it became easier to wear and do the things because, hey, you're on the bottom. What are they going to do? Beat you up more?
Right.
And then, I had some friends. I've had some moments where I remember good friends we're going to go down Thames Street. We're going to meet some girls. Okay. All right. Are we meeting girls or we're going to meet girls? And they're like, oh, no. We're just going to go down and, try to see if we can meet girls. Okay. And then I would show up and be like, you are not wearing that. Oh my God, you are not wearing that. And I'd be like, hey, I don't tell you what to wear. And then as we walked, some girl would be like, oh, cute hat. Oh, hey, cute. And they're like, I cannot believe this is working. I'm like, because I'm standing out.
Yeah.
I'm showing everyone that you're not. And then, trust me, you always have some dickhead who broke it or I did. Mm-hmm. And bad things would happen. But you have to take the good. How
many of those hats did you go through?
Oh, I'm honestly, the first, I'm going to say about 20.
Damn.
But the first year, my freshman year, like I told you, I remember a big tall guy in almost looks like Silent Bob, like, but it was a Silent Bob. It's from a 2000 TV show. It's Kevin Smith is the actor's name. But he was much taller. I mean, he had to be a Silent Bob. He was much taller, and he had a trench coat, and he was just, and he had a cigarette out of his mouth, and he was wearing this hat.
Wait, is that like what, like when two kids like stand together, or like shoulder, like one's on the shoulders and stuff like that? Oh no, I see what you mean. Never mind.
Like that guy, he had like a beard. Yeah, like that's him right there with the trench coat with the hat on backwards.
Yeah.
But it was the propeller hat.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked by me, and he said, and I said, "Excuse me," and he goes, "Yeah," and I said, "Where did you get that hat?" And he goes, "Oh, I got it, blah blah blah. It's a joke." And I said, and I remember saying to him, like, "Would you sell it?" And he goes, "Yeah." Now I'm going to say a price which doesn't seem that expensive, but back then I said, "I'll give you $20 for it."
That's a lot for a hat.
But yeah, especially when most hats were $5.
Yeah.
Or $6. A really good hat was maybe 10.
Yeah.
For a baseball hat. And he goes, "You're kidding, kid." And I said, "I will be here tomorrow with $20 and I'll do it." And I remember that was like all my savings.
Yeah.
And I basically paid him in almost 1s and 5s and like, you know, like.
You were working the corners for it. That night you had
I was
to.
working. So I remember going and being like, and him paying for it. He's like, "You really pay that for this kid?" And I went, "Yeah." And I remember it was too big for me. So I had to staple the back.
Yeah.
The back thing because it was way too big. And I remember I said, "Why would you want this hat?" And I said, "Because they're already making fun of me. I'd rather now know what they're making fun of me for."
Mm-hmm.
Because now I made like a big giant like target on me.
Yeah.
So it was easier to go, I'm getting beaten up, I'm being made fun of because I'm wearing a stupid hat.
If you told me that, I'd be like, just have it.
Yeah, well, this different times.
No, I get that.
This guy wanted the 20. Trust you me. Like he was just like, "Hey, you want it, guy." I wasn't gonna argue. I was gonna be a man of my word. I did whatever. I paid it. I took the hat, and then I got through about a month or two, and someone smacked the propeller off so fucking hard. And then I found a place that sold it down in Newport, and I bought like 10 of them. And then it seemed like each
for
one.
$20.
Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, like, it's weird, and I don't know. I think it's because I'm getting to that age, or it's who I am. I feel like sometimes it's who I am. I feel like there's certain points in my life. Now tell me if you feel like this. That it's a core memory. Like everything changes after this.
Yeah.
My whole life goes from A to B. And it's not even B, it's the Z. Like it goes, like it changes. Like I can remember being a pony rider and becoming from being like falling off and being in a neck brace to one day just winning everything and just like not stopping and just winning everything. Then being a junior and everyone laughing at me like maybe you shouldn't ride anymore. To being like now in the New England Medal and getting 8th place and thinking like, wow, I just sacrificed my whole life to get just to 8th. And this is the best I'm ever going to do. Like, and feel like that 8th place was like 1,000 firsts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just these certain moments in my life, I feel like it's an awakening. My attitude changes. Real weird. It's real weird. Because that's a moment when I bought that hat for $20 that I probably should have spent $100 for. Because what that did for me made me say...
It's priceless.
Yeah, it almost becomes fuck you. It became a fuck you hat. Like, now I'm going to be me, and now you're going to deal with me. Mm-hmm. It was almost like that. Like, I bought colorful suspenders that was definitely not cool, or I wore a vest top, which at that time was not a cool thing to do, but then became a cool thing. And then I was like, nope, I don't want to wear this. And my mom would go, what are you doing? Like, why do you wait for something to become cool and then you don't wear it? And I said, because I don't want to be that guy. No one's ever going to say that I was that guy who was chasing everyone to be cool. I'm that guy that you're chasing me.
Yeah.
And they go, Niles, I don't think anyone's wearing propeller hats.
Well.
And I said, then that's it. But if weird enough, you get these little gems in your life, like when I went to the horse show and I'm at the party and I'm sitting there and I can hear across the whole thing, is that Niles J. Perry? Like, and they already knew. Like, yeah, like they already knew.
Yeah.
Because of that stupid.
Why is it wet? It's not wet. It's just really cold. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Need a blankie?
No, I'm good now. Your dog's actually keeping my back nice and warm.
Good.
It's just those things. And that's why I feel like when I talk to my kids about this, they don't have moments like that at all. They're like, we don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, you do. No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, don't you have a core moment where you feel like you've accomplished something? Like you've done something? Like your life's changing? They're like, no. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I had like 100 at different, like from middle school to high school to, it's probably even more than that. Because it was like, I can tell you things that happened from freshman year to sophomore year. I mean, from freshman year of me being a complete loser to wearing that hat and then realizing, fuck you, to the end of the year telling my mom, I'm going to run for class president. Her laughing at me. Like, no, not meanly, but like, Niles, like, who, why, okay. If this is what you want, like, okay. But I know now, thinking my mom must have been like, like, what are you running for? Like, to be a joke? And then winning? Beating the most popular kid in school?
Mm-hmm.
To then getting the confidence after that? Like, that's the one thing I've noticed that my kids can't do. I get 1 ounce of confidence and that equals to 1,000,000. Like, I feel like once I start getting it, I can't lose it unless something or that particular person kicks me down. Mm-hmm. And I feel like all my kids, as soon as I go, well, I read online, I blah, 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 I'm like, of course there's haters. Everyone's going to hate it.
Everybody's got haters.
I love haters.
You can't please everyone.
But that's my trick. I have always loved haters. The more you hated me, like, this is stupid. Why do you dress that way? Why do you care? You're not wearing it. I'm wearing it. Like, there's a piece of me who, I can't remember who said this or when, or probably it's me. I always felt that people who hated me cared more about me than anyone else. So I was like, you don't hate me, you love me. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, you don't. I'm like, then why are you even paying attention to me?
Yeah. Hate to love you. That's what it is.
Yeah. I love that crap.
Yeah.
I eat that shit up. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. I've always been like that. Because it's like, I always think it's easy to sit there and go, oh, everyone uses male straw. I'll use a male straw too. I want to be like everyone else. It's like, now you're just like everyone else. What the hell you want that crap for? Mm-hmm. But it does come with a price. There's moments that sometimes you're on that island all by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, I still use like a paper book. I don't have any online anything because I don't learn that way. I would never like, I wouldn't say never, but like I feel like if it's all online, like I'm not going to look at it as much.
Right.
And it's not like.
There are some things in your life that you will die on a hill for, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And everyone will tell you, don't die on this hill. And then one day, something will happen and you'll go, oh, this is why I die on this hill. Mm-hmm. Like you'll just, it'll make sense. I mean, it always makes sense, but that one day, you'll just go, yeah, I get it. I don't know why it's like that. I wish the only thing that I can tell you that is hard for me, when I was in school, when I was at horse shows, when I'm a husband, lover, boyfriend, like that, significant other type of deal, and a father, is that I just wish that I could give the people in my life 1/3 of the confidence I have of I will say this, arrogance on how sometimes I feel about something. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to use this example. Our business, the boutique, our society, our economy is kind of keeping everything down because there's not a lot of money and people, things are tough for everybody. Yeah. But when things were going down, Shannon made all these executive decisions. And I had to say, Shannon, no, let's not go that way because everyone's going that way. Let's go this way. No. I can't afford to take these chances. And you just see a moment where her and I will talk about this, and with complete love and, truth, I will say this 1,000,000,000 times. If I'm going to go down with a ship, then it's my fucking ship I'm going down with. It's going to be my way, my decisions, my call, my whatever, but I'm going down the way I'm going down. Whatever it is. I spent too much money because I tried to advertise, too much money because I was making funny videos, too much time. Like, whatever it is, I was going to go down with that ship. But I cannot go down on someone else's ship.
Mm-hmm. I'll go down anywhere.
Hold on. No, but that's like my view on life. Yeah. And I kind of just talked about that. Like how, and I wish I could give you, Shannon, like anybody, that confidence of like, just do it the way you want to do it. But I also tell her that doesn't mean that I was right. It doesn't mean that we wouldn't land in the same exact spot. Right. It just meant that we weren't doing the same thing.
You were different.
Right. Yeah. And for me, I will sit here and tell you, do not make decisions because the crowd tells you to go make decisions. Unless those decisions make sense to you. Mm-hmm. Like, don't put the chair here, put the chair there, and be like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, but if you, I know a girl that's also a hair thing. I must see tons of videos of her constantly doing clients, and every client, she does a before and after, and she's like, please, let me do a small little video. And they're like, okay. And they're embarrassed. You can tell they're kind of like, and they're like, oh, no, be sexy. And I'm always like, that's a great idea. Like, I would do that. That is a great idea. Like, I know this is fine, but how can I change this? How can I do something different? I want, like.
The problem with doing before and afters or like the videos of people doing things, it's so overly done. And when you're in the industry,
right.
My entire like I'll show you my it's just all fucking like
I was using that for example. I was just
no I get it, but I mean I'm just saying like
so what can you do different? That's what don't say it here because this is like I'm a firm believer, don't say it out loud because I know you're like no one watches, but
so it's gonna take it, yeah.
But I always say because there's things that I've said we need to do 10 years later someone did it and I go Shannon goes, wow, you called this. And I was like, but now, she's like, now I want to do it. No, I'm not doing it. Someone already did it. Like, I wanted to do it before someone did it. Like, now I don't want to do it. Yeah. I'm big on that. Once you do it, unless I'm going to do a spin on it. For example, this is a great example. You know where I got the light show from when I did the lives for the boutique? You know, the light show and the lights were coming. You know where I got that from? A guy who sold toys set up a light thing around his thing so it would kind of go around. And I go, I want lights. This is a great idea. I'm like, but I don't want those lights. What do I do? And they're like, oh, there's a little disco ball thing. I was like, buy that. We're going to buy this. And then we're going to shut off all the lights. And they're like, how are you going to do that? I'm going to set up all the lights. I press one button underneath the table and it's gonna shut off the light. She's like, nah, that's so much work. I'm like, I'm doing, and all of a sudden, like, we would have this disco thing, and the ball would go on, and it'd be like, this is great.
Miss your wife.
And that's what I like. I like to be like, okay, I always think I will take someone's idea and go, okay, how did you be better? Like,
yeah.
Like, for example, you just talked about the situation with the hair thing. Well, what could be better? What can you do different? What can you be silly about? What can you... I like silly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like... I don't want to say stuff because God forgive you, like, no one does that. I just give it. But it's like, you know, something silly that you don't do, catchphrase, something, like break it. And it doesn't work right away. You got to keep doing it.
Right.
That's the one thing that I feel like everyone I know, they're like, I did it twice and I got 1 like. You're like, bitch, you got to do that like 110 times. Like, you.
But you can't do it too much. Depending on what it is, you can't do it too much. If it's the same thing over and over again.
No. What happens
catchphrase, that's fine because that's a catchphrase.
Right. There's a time where you have to say, okay, I did this. Like, for example, I use our life because we're really not doing much now lately. Like, Madame Beaverhausen was amazing.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of people that didn't like the adult theme because they had kids around them. Mm-hmm. So it was like I was always walking, and then we went somewhere that said we really don't want this. Mm-hmm. Because they thought I was making fun of trans people. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I do a podcast with a gay woman. I literally is in this life. I'm not making fun of anyone. Yeah. Besides that, I know I'm a man with a beard dressed like a woman. Like, I don't get how... And I'm not being offensive. I'm telling basic jokes.
Just like politically correct.
Well, because we always get those moms that go, I don't want this. I'm like, well, we're laughing at this.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch this. And then actually that's why I had that character about parents getting mad. Mm-hmm. And I had that character of like, I don't like this. I'm reporting you to this. Because it's like...
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Like, and I had the short hair and it was like... You know, I had a shirt of like reporting.
How many different characters have you done?
Oh, jeez, I don't even remember. I've done that, and
was it live once a month?
Yeah, about once a month. We got to a point it was twice a month, and then I forgot what it was, but people were kind of complaining about the characters. I was making fun of people, and. There was executive decisions because we, you know, the one thing you said it during the earlier podcast, you can't make everyone happy. Mm-hmm. And the trick is, I'm one of those people is I'll die on the boat. Like, you know, there's a time and place. If you're joking about things and you know that this live is a joke and you know it's a joke, then it's the end of topic. If you're going to be a comedian, but you're talking super serious about something and you're not being kind of like tongue-in-cheek, and like, the trick is you need to laugh too. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're a comedian standing up. Like, if you're laughing at your own jokes, sometimes it makes everyone feel comfortable to laugh. Sometimes. But I should say but there was an executive decision that like maybe we should just have you just be you for a while. And then I felt like it just got like I can only do so much. Yeah, like I could only do so much. And it just became I got bored with it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't. And she's like, oh, do you want? I'm like, I don't even want to do this. And she's like, well, the new thing is not to do this, is to do this. So we're going to do this. And it's like, I get we always have to keep changing, but we could have done so much more. I'll use this idea, which I love this idea. Oh my God, I wanted to do it so bad. And I talked about for almost 7 years. No joke. Because when we first talked about, I wanted to do not lives. I wanted to do little like pop-up things where I introduce and show you the item and said it's 1A something. And then, but I'm not live. Like, yeah. I'm videoing myself. And then the first one would win it, like, type of deal. And Shannon's like, well, that's not what they do. They don't do that. You do live and then whoever wins. I'm like, yeah, but just do a video and whoever puts their thing live, you know. And she's like, no, people don't do that. But I wanted to do the crocodile hunter and have bows on random stuffed animals in my backyard. Crikey, look at here! Like, I thought that was hilarious. Like, I could not thought, but like, oh, look at here, it's a zebra bra. And I'd be like, and I like would say words wrong. Like I was like be purposely like,
you're good at that.
Be like, yeah, and be like purposely saying like but then talking about like she's wearing a gold bow. I don't like and explain what it was, and she's like, no.
I think you should.
And I was like, that has to be, till this day, 7 years later, whatever it's been.
That'd probably get a lot of views.
Yeah. Because I would try to wear the stupidest things.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shortest shorts.
Perfect.
And then, but I said, well, Shana, I need you to kind of walk with me with the camera as I'm trying to, walk through the wilderness. And she's like, well, where are you going to do this? I'll do it in my backyard. Why your backyard? Because it looks kind of jungly. Like, there's like people are going to know it's not a real jungle, Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that doesn't sound right.
You're like in the safari, like.
Like that's what the funny part is. Like, when you walk past the playground. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Snake has the ponytails.
Like, it's so like I have that Naked Gun over craziness. Like, wait a minute, this is a thorn bush. What is there a thing? Like, oh. Is that a playground behind him? Like, shit like that.
Why is it swinging?
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing? Like, or we're on a pavement road and we're like, oh, look at over here. Like, she's like, well, I don't think people understand you when you say that. I'm like, that's the funny thing. Like, that's what's funny about it. They're going to see the bow. I'm going to say the number correctly. Like, I won't be super stupid. Like, I'm going to be stupid about everything else.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll think about it. And then I must have asked, I felt like I went like twice a month for like 6 years. Be like, and it would always be in the winter. Like, come on, soon as it's warm out and we get like a whatever, because the kids were still all little and they all had all this stuffed animals. I was like, we could use this over here, this over here, this over here. And then at one point I was like, we'll do it. And she went, oh no, we gave, because now, literally our youngest is 17. Well, going to be turning 17, and the rest are all out of high school.
Yeah. So
they don't have stuffed animals anymore. Like, and I'm like,
well, I have 3 of them.
I was like, I love that crap. Like, I love the two things I always do is I'll make fun of you, but I always try to make you the star.
Yeah.
Like, even here, I'll take every stupid joke you can throw at me, I will take, because I always plan me to be the dumb one, because I'm thick-skinned and I can walk away and be like, hey, if we gotta laugh, I don't care. Like, and I always think like someday, I know I say this a lot on this, but someday you'll watch this and you're gonna be like, yeah, no, you were like, you made me laugh, and now you're gonna make me laugh again. Mm-hmm. But I always want to keep pushing the envelope to some degree. And let me tell you, I bombed. I did this whole mind reading thing, or like try to tell jokes, and like I would give the answer and then open up and give the question, because I saw it on a Johnny Carson. So I said, I'm going to write my own jokes and do all these things, and it bombed. It was horrible. Like, no, and I was like, no. And I went, and Shannon's like, oh, what a disaster. And I go, what, did you think everything I was going to do was going to be perfect? Because it's not.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you right now, doing Madam, doing Karen, it wasn't Karen, we used another name. Like, I can throw out 6 things, there's going to be 2 that sucks. Mm-hmm. Because it's just the way it is. I'm not going to...
It also depends on who's watching, like who your audience is.
Right. There's going to be times that this is amazing. Yeah. And there's going to be times that things are stupid. And she's like, yeah, but we can't afford that. And I'd be like...
Okay.
Yeah, you get to a point where you go, okay. And now she's the opposite. You're right. I should have done this. I should have done that. And you're going, and I have to tell you something, which is really hard for me. I'm 50 years old, and I'm tired of being right. I'm tired of being right. Mm-hmm. I want to fix it. I don't want to be right. I don't want you to learn. I want you to learn. But I don't, like in my life, I don't, like I always feel like I'm fighting against somebody. Be like, we need to do this. Nope. And then all of a sudden we're exactly where I am. I'm like, okay, so now I'm right. We don't have this anymore. We lost A, B, and C because you did this, which was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've learned. And they're like, well, now we can fix it. No, because once you do it, once you lose everyone, trying to get everyone back is not easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Because I can sit here right now and say we're going to do a live, and technically 3 people can watch, or 0 people will watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shannon's going to be like, well, I told you it wasn't going to work. No one's watching. I was like, the first time we did live stuff, like, we have to rebuild everything.
How long did it take before you had people watching it?
A
while, right?
Yeah, it took us almost 3 to 4 lives. And Shannon must have kicked me under the table 1,000 times because of my lame joke, like of me joking. And she was like, you're going to offend somebody. And I remember turning off the very first live, 1 hour. Nobody watched. Nobody. And we turned it off and she cried. Because no one saw us. We're a joke. And I went, no, because if we were a joke, someone would be watching us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're lower than the joke. And I said, but that's how we start. And I won't forget, we had 5 people watching us one day. And I remember her being like glowing next to me. And I said a joke that when I turned off the camera, I have never seen a woman so mad at me in my whole life.
You've seen a lot of mad people.
Yeah, and she destroyed me. On, like, that's it. I'm out of the business. You ruined everything. And the next time I went live, actually, that's a lie. She went back to her, because we weren't in our page. We were in someone else's. Like, oh my God, we're watching it. He said that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. When are you live again? Mm-hmm. And it changed everything. And it was all over a Princess Bow.
Right. The Pocahontas one.
Yeah. It was like, she said to me, I said to her, I remember in the beginning, I think I'm going to say Pocahontas. And she goes, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I said, okay, all right, that's fair. That might be pushing the jokes. Yeah. And then what do I say? I say Pocahontas. Like, I land up saying where I just agreed that I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Did you just say that's hilarious? Oh my God. Like, everyone.
Your comments were a fun time.
Yeah. They were just, and I say this with love, and it's tough, because I've seen, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis split up because of these things. Shannon is like, I'm selling things because I'm making amazing bows. Mm. I'm looking at it as the funnier we are, the more people watches, the more we sell. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, it's because of my amazing bows. And then even though we weren't arguing, but I felt like she would always be like, but you're making this a joke and I have amazing bows. And it was always like, but if you're selling, who cares what you could? I could be shitting on your bows, and if they're selling for $1 billion, who the fuck cares? Right. She's like, I care. And I remember that we went through a small patch of that, like, I was going too far. And then we became just me. And then it became, like, and then it's, I mean, I'm not saying we don't sell stuff, but it's not like we used to. Yeah. And it's like, well, people aren't on as much, and people don't watch as much. And I'm like, yeah, but it's the same thing as TV. If you put something on that someone's going to want to watch, they're going to watch it. Mm-hmm. Well, all our regulars left. And that's the other thing about the bow business. Kids outgrow bows very easily. Mm-hmm. So you only have 2 or 3 years with bows, or 4. And if you have that magical kid, you can have longer. But yeah, most parents go.
Like JoJo Siwa's watching. She's still on it. So
I wanted to do celebrity impressions. She was like, no. I wanted to do other things. So I always had to kind of like throw it back or do something. I remember one of the funniest thing being Madam and pulling out the Lunchable, the Uncrustable, like out of my bra, and everyone was like, "Oh my God!" Like, it was just like these. and Shannon's like, why do you come, like, how do you come up? I was like, but the part people don't understand is I was working like a month. Like, as soon as I was done, I would have to start writing stuff and be figuring out. And then I got to a point where Shannon wanted things like that week before. Don't do this. I want you to do this. Don't do. So I'd be writing shit. And then I know no one would know this, but I would have like little tags next to me with jokes or little things that I would want to say, because she would change it so many times, and I couldn't memorize something like so much last minute. So I would have a notepad, or sometimes I would have little cheat notes next to it, like right off a thing. So I would tell a joke.
Yeah.
And because I would be like, I can't remember all this shit, because it was like, oh, I'm going to be the old man. No, you're not going to be the old man. You're going to be this instead. Oh, everyone wants this instead. And I'd be like, okay, well, I just can't do this. Like, this takes time.
Yeah. It's not like you are that person.
Right. Like, I have to get,
character.
We want to do the Rudolph. What was his name? Oh, man. I don't remember his name, but I did a reindeer.
Yeah.
And I remember.
What was his name?
I know.
Oh,
I know he's from Brooklyn. I remember him from Brooklyn. Hey, come. I can't even do it. But I would. So when we decided to do that, I spent.
Did you have hoofs too?
Yeah, I had hoofs. Like I could barely work anything because I had hoofs, which was even funnier, but pissed her off because I couldn't. And she's like, "Really, now you're not showing off anything?" I'm like, "This is hilarious." Like, I'm trying to hold things. Like, to me, I'm trying not to laugh because even I think this is funny. Like, and the part that people don't understand is I literally for like a week talked in that accent, like I was a Brooklyn, because I was so trying to get that so I would never break.
Yeah. Because
sometimes she'd be like, "Oh, I think you should be like a Russian," and I'd be like, "I'm not that good." Like, I could do a little bit, but celebrities work with a like you're throwing this last minute to me. And I remember being that Brooklyn guy. I'd be like, "Yo, not over here, not over there." I'd be like always like trying to talk like every day. My dad's like, "Why are you talking that way?" Like, I'd be like, "Wow, I'm gonna do this part." So and I didn't break once, which I was so proud. Like, that was the one day I didn't break. But there's sometimes that doing the accents break. It's hard. It happens because I'm not a professional.
And especially like if somebody says something that throws you off.
Oh.
And like if you start laughing, like
Shannon did a few times. Shannon said a few things because she would get really mad in the back, like because she was off screen, and then she would do something or be real like mad at me, and then she'd say something, but people like, "Oh, she's being funny," and I'd be like, "She's not being funny. She's so bad at me right now," and then I'd be like, "Okay, I gotta take a minute." Yeah. Oh, I remember doing the stick. You know where the stick came from?
The stick.
Yeah, when she would poke me with the stick. Yeah. That's from Austin Powers when he pokes the mole with the fuzzy stick.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
You've never seen it, yeah.
But Sam and Joey put it on the other night, and I watched like 30 seconds of it.
Well, it's not the first one, but yeah, it's from I think the second or third. But
definitely haven't seen those.
Yeah, I know, but I love that part.
It's something that's
like tears would come down my eyes at the movie theater, and I go, I would always want that. I always wanted to do that, and so when Shannon would be like, so she would poke me to stop me from doing that. So instead of something poking me in the face, she would go like, "You're like bad, bad," and so I always thought that was funny because it would be like, why is there a stick coming? Like, I'm doing a bow show, and all of a sudden a stick comes out of nowhere. Sometimes I gotta admit, the lives are more for me than you guys. You guys all are funny, but I'm dying. Like, I'm like, this is the funniest. I wish I could watch this. Like, I wish I wasn't me, so I could be like, oh my god, this guy's funny. This guy's an idiot. He's slow. He's retarded.
Well, Sam, Joey, and I would just like sit there, I'd airplay it to the TV, and we would just like die laughing the entire time.
And I'd just be like so serious, but not serious.
Yeah.
And the best gags I had, because I would always go, "Oh, this bow looks so good. It looks real." And she said, "No, Niles, don't eat it." And one day we made a bow out of fruit roll-up.
Ooh,
and I ate it. kept biting and I had paper still on it. And I'm like, I'm like, oh no, I ate the paper. And I was like,
It's just paper.
I'm like, as I'm eating it, going, okay, don't laugh. This is so funny. This is so funny. And it was like, did you just eat a bone? And then people were like, oh my God, you ate the bone? And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like looking away, like, don't read it. Because it's so in your,
Don't
it's
look
like,
at me, and
like
I won't look at you.
yeah. Like, oh, please, God, let me. And of course, and I ate it in my head. Chew, swallow.
Done.
Right?
But there's paper and a giant ass bone.
And I'm like still chewing, and it's in my mouth, and I'm going.
It's all like
I'm
sticky.
like, oh no.
20 minutes of you fucking eating
Yeah,
that.
I know. I was like, oh no, this isn't going right. Which made me laugh even more. Because in my head.
So it took even longer.
So
because
in
I
my
was trying
head,
not to die.
I know, in my head, I'm like, man, if no one's laughing at this, I'm laughing at this. Because I'm like, mwah, mwah, mwah. Like, oh no. And there's a small panic in me, like, this is supposed to be a 3-second joke. Like, this is already 10 minutes.
It's been 84 years.
Oh my God. I remember Shannon looking at me like.
You're like.
And I'm like. I think I spit some of it out. Like I was like. And of course now I start to choke because I'm trying not to laugh. Yeah. Because when you laugh, and it's in my mouth.
It's juicy.
Yeah, like, oh, and you're so phlegmy from the.
Yeah.
Oh my God, because it's all.
Sugar.
And I'm like. And everyone's like, oh my God, what is happening? And I'm like, oh no. And I always
love the moment where I knew I fucked up.
And Shannon's on that side of the table going, like getting annoyed at me. And I'm like, this is so.
How far into it were you?
What?
Like how far along in the video were you?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it like in the?
Yeah, like in the middle. I'm in the middle of this. Like I like.
She's like, we still have 200 bows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So we would have horrible fights about this because I would say, hey Shannon, the little bows for whatever, like do like, and I would say like 50 bows. She goes, no. There was one time she had like 200 bows. Like I'm not joking, like 200, and I go, Shannon, I don't even want to do it. Like that's too long. Like there's no way I can. You do know a comedian does like an hour of skits. Mm-hmm. Like we're talking about me doing a 3-hour skit. Like, and I felt like when I had to do those is when I had to like the repeating of a joke and I would just be like, Yeah. And then I got very like once I'm stuck, because it's not. I don't know. Like for me, I was like. People want to watch maybe an hour, half hour, like, but no one wants to be there for like 4 hours. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, but we sell good.
Especially lives now where like people just reading the comments.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I watching it for? Like all I'm watching is you watching.
What I'm watching already.
Yeah.
Like I can see the comments, so I don't like.
Yeah.
I just go, come on. And I kind of keep telling her, like, I was telling her for a long time, like, just do a small thing. Well, we got to have at least 100 or it's not worth our time. No, because if we work for a half an hour and we get $100, that's $100 for a half an hour.
Yeah.
Don't stop looking at it like it has to be $1,000 in a 4-hour span.
Right.
Because it's a lot, and I can't. And I keep telling her, like, I can't do it. Like I don't have enough funny things in me. Like, and it takes a lot out of you. I'd turn that thing off, and I would just crash. Like I would just put my head down on the table. And she would be doing like, all the inputs and but just be like, and I'd be like, she's like, why are you tired? We're going to just go downstairs and we got something. I'm like, done. Like I am on an adrenaline high to keep up. And then we had the sound machine and we had like all these things. And she was like, where are you coming? She's like, why are we doing the sound machine? I was like, why not? This fucking, like, it's hilarious. Like, it's hilarious. And I remember she's like, yeah, but you're taking too much time up and I can't sell my bows. And I was like, but that's what they're here for. Well, if they're here for just for the show, then why am I selling? Like, it became such a back and forth that I gave up. I did give up. I was fine. I won't, you know what? I'm done. Yeah. And then I feel like more people have asked me, like, when are you doing a live? I miss you. Like, what are you doing? Oh, man. there's sometimes I feel like I just want, like, I keep wanting to do another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm at a point now where I wish, like, every Tuesday I did like a something. Like
don't share your thoughts. We're live.
No, like I don't know about. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to try to be like, I like our podcast, but I like to do a themed. When I say not themed podcast, like a setup thing,
mm-hmm.
like something funny that we do. But it's like we had talked about the whole we had saw. And I think we'd be hilarious with like that Pokemon thing. Like it would be another little project that is just like we do A and then we're out. Like it's not like an all night thing. It's not like an hour thing. It might be an hour, but it's only for like 15 minutes or a half, like a skit. Like I'd love to do a little something. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I like the funniness of it. Yeah. Something funny or alive. I've always kind of wanted to do, and this is something I've talked about to time to like a talk show live with someone else, but the other people are helping me do the live. Like it's just me on camera, but everyone else is trying to be like doing the funny skits behind me in the way as like I wanted to do a live with a puppet and have a puppet show and like have me do with a puppet. And Shannon's like, well, who are we going to have come? Like, this is getting too complicated now. Like, why are you having all? I'm like, yeah, but that's the funny part. Like, you got to stretch it. Because I thought having a puppet trying to sell bows, like sitting right here, having like a little phone and basically watch live, even though you know you're on somewhat of a delay, but knowing your hand is still
there.
It's still there, not like, and then would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, who are we going to have come? Are they going to come? I'm like, we can fight somebody. And I think that's the trick.
If all of your people liked all the other characters, I don't see why the puppet would be wrong.
Right. I wanted to do a talk show where I talk to other bow makers or other people. Like I tried to bring the community together, like try to do something like a funny talk show in that way. And she was like, no one's going to do that. And I went, okay. But I've always wanted to do something. I'm not going to say this, but Reels, TikTok funny thing. Like you set up funny things. Mm-hmm. But I'm not good I'm not good at stuff by myself. So I'm not, like, I can't just, because
it's truly. The execution you need help.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, we get to our topic.
Good. No, well, our topic's short, so I didn't want to. Okay. I wanted to talk for a little while. Because how much time do we have?
It's 8:08.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so I posted up a meme and I tagged everyone, which I know everyone's like, I hate when you tag everyone. I don't do it that often, so I don't know why everyone's complaining. But I will be doing this more often because I did like our answers that week.
Do you want me to read them or do you want to read them?
No, you can read them. So I decided, I was going to say the best one, but there were so many golden ones. And I like to say one thing. Thank you for the people who read the meme and didn't do what it said. Right. Because there's some winners in there. I'm like, this is a novel. So what was the meme? 2 words after sex, wrong answers only. By the way, there are like 5 people, 4 people, 3 people have like novels. Like they're not even like. So these are wrong answers. Yes. Wrong answers. Most of them were not correct. I know. Just the fact that it was 2 words, wrong answer. And it was like, Thanks, Grandma. I'm glad we found a taxidermy specialist. You can never say no, and now you can't. Those were all different ones, I guess. Or all 3. 2 words or 2 novels. Whatever you want. I love this. Good. You don't have the scope for this job. Scrappy-Doo. Yeah, I know. So it's like 2 words. Yeah. Scrappy-Doo said it. 2 words. Yeah, that was the only 2 things. Jelly baby? Yes, that's a British joke.
And subscribe.
Yeah. Well, that's... well, they used the symbol.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. That's it. That was... That. Frank 30 seconds. Crop dust. Uploading video. Wait, towel. That was yours.
Yeah, I know.
Stepsis. Had better.
No.
100, right? Mom, leave. Come again.
That's so much there. That is such a good one. Because it's could be the
Any
A,
of it.
a
Yeah.
B, a C.
Take it as you will.
Yeah.
Check okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let it bounce.
Your name. Thanks for the wiener.
Yeah. There you go.
That sucked. Not bad.
Yeah.
Wrong hole. Who's next?
That's some confidence.
LOL cringe.
Yeah, that made me go, ooh.
I quit.
Been there.
Alrighty then. Good game.
I felt like when I read that one, it should have been a smack in the ass. Like, okay.
No tip?
Oh, there was a tip.
Thanks, cuz.
Yeah.
That's all like a lot of them were the same.
Yeah, I know. That's
What was the other one?
was the music one. I like that
Is that
one.
on here too?
Yes, it's
Is that above that?
no, it's underneath it. Was the prison. I think it was the prison. Keep going. Right there. There's not as many because someone else posted it, but I was like, I'm going to share this on the podcast because I thought it was hilarious.
Not to sing while in prison.
Did you have any 2 words, by the way? That was wrong. We didn't. Yeah, you didn't share if you had 2 wrong ones.
It's under a lot of pressure now. I should have thought about that earlier. I can't think of any. That was just 2 words. So.
I should have made this easier. So these are incorrect songs you don't want to be singing in prison, right?
Yes.
These are funny.
Put it in my mouth. Pink Pony Club. Anything, Elton John.
Yeah.
You make me feel a natural woman. I will survive. Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah.
Brown Girl in the Ring.
I didn't know
It's
that.
gonna start raining men.
Can you imagine being in the shower singing, "It's raining men, hallelujah"? Can you imagine being next to the people? I would literally be next to the guy and be like, I'd be like, I'm going over here.
Yeah. Well, that's all.
That's it?
That's it.
You sure? I thought there was more.
No, that's all.
There was 13 comments on that.
Yeah, but
That was all.
yeah, but them.
Bastards.
Yeah.
We'll do another one because I feel like this is because I feel like we'll end each one with one of those things so that you're gonna get the at everyone again so everyone can be all pissy.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the agreement to get in the group that it happens.
Yeah. You have to do the right things to get in the group too. Apparently, you have to do the right things for the question, but.
Oh, 2 words? Here's a novel. One time in band camp.
And this happened, and we cuddled, and we did this, and.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I am almost there. You have hit that spot.
Well, it was.
This was so great.
The night sky was. It was brisk, but not too bad.
Alrighty. Bye, guys.
Bye.